Hi guys! Today we have something a little different that I wanted to do. These are the Kuretake Gamsai Tambi. I don't like these watercolors, so I thought I'd give them a shot again because I honestly have not touched them in maybe 8 months, probably. I got these kind of as a gift when I was working at some pieces for a client, and they gave me a budget to buy some watercolors and I always wanted to try these, so I thought, why not? Here they are. You can see that the color that I really needed was the blue and it's completely gone. This is why I actually went to Sennelier, because I needed this blue, so I ended up just buying a single tube. And the rest of these, I tried them. I don't know, it's just they work differently than what I'm used to. These do not allow layering in a way that I'm used to doing, so I really need to work differently when I work with these, and it's just not easy for me. So I did a sketch. Let's give it a shot, and I might even do 2 or 3 paintings, I don't know, depending how long this video is. Let's see how this goes, and wish me luck, and grab yourselves a cup of tea, cause yeah, goodness, tea, please, I need my strength. So I just started out with a simple sketch. It wasn't much, really very random. I've been in a phase where I really like to draw either bunnies or animals sort of crossing over with people, which I've always liked, but it's more evident now. I don't know why exactly. It might be because I'm reading Beastars and something else. I started with bunnies before I started reading Beastars. So it's a good manga. I recommend if you guys want to read it. Here's the sketch. Something quite simple. I wasn't sure. I got this plate I got from the dollar store, and I usually use it as a palette. Water. The watercolors here by my side. It's quite big for me to have in shot, so I have my water, I have my brushes. Let's go. As I mentioned before, these watercolors they were very mixed feelings for me, because I was super excited to try them. I was incredibly excited because I've heard so much good things, and so many good friends of mine love these watercolors, adore these, but they have already warned me that they work differently. I was like, okay, I can adapt, it should be fine. But the thing is, I mentioned this at the end of the video, I was using gouache heavily when I tried these for the first time, and I think I kind of forgot how to do watercolor, because now I think I use watercolor more than gouache. I always have one that I use more than the other, and now I think I'm in watercolor, and back then I was in gouache. I was in gouache mode. I probably hadn't used watercolor for, I don't know, maybe a few months already. I was completely crazy for gouache, and watercolor kind of got lost in the background. And not that I forgot how to use it, but I think I was a bit distracted with how to use it. It was how to layer. I was thinking, oh, I can just layer stuff on top and it will look fine. I was just a mess the first time that I tried them. I actually colored a few sketches I did. I have the video as well. It's the Sketch With Me video. I think I colored them afterwards with these watercolors because I was trying so hard to give them a shot, and the first one I did was horrible, terrible, just so bad. The colors weren't cohesive at all, and I think overall that experience just kind of killed these watercolors for me. But here I was actually having fun with the colors. They were working pretty well. I was being able to layer them. I am drying them in between with a heat gun because I have become very impatient for watercolors to dry. I went to an art fair last year, and I actually even took the heat gun in case I wanted to work there, because I'm so impatient lately. So I used the heat gun to dry the watercolor. I cannot wait for it to dry. It just kills me. I loved working in the hair here. It was pretty fun, more fun than I expected. And I think the colors turned out pretty cool, pretty cohesive, and I love mixing this purplish color. I'm pretty much obsessed with purple right now, which I never really thought it would happen, but in a watercolor, it's totally my jam. In gouache, it's more of a burgundy color, but in watercolor, I love this purpley tones, the texture of a hair, and the hand didn't come out too bad, which it's a plus for me because I've been very lazy with hands lately, so doing one that comes out nicely, that's good. This plate is really cool, actually. I have for now, I have had for a bit some ceramic plates, but they're small and circular and they stack up on each other, so it's cool, but you can mix a lot of paint. And this plate is just a small serving plate that I got cheap at the dollar store, but it's ceramic, so it actually works pretty cool. If you guys are looking for a big ceramic palette, I just recommend you buy some crockery or some china or however you call this. I was actually pretty surprised I could layer this blue over top. So this blue, I think it's the most opaque color of the set. And oh, now that I just realized her ear is way above than what should be. Her ear should be way lower. Now I noticed this, yay. I think I pretty much enjoyed working with these way more than I expected. I was actually scared to film this because, I don't know, I was just scared of being frustrated with the painting and not being able to work with it. It was a bit odd, but I'm pretty happy. I even used a few green tones more deep than I'm usually used to, so here I bust out my acrylic pens, as always, my babies. I'm trying to be less dependent on them because there was a time that I would not do anything without them. I still like them, even for the white. This is the best thing I would recommend. I'm never going to use white gel pens again, ever. After using this, Posca is okay, but as you probably can tell, I've kind of left Posca behind. Even though these pens also have their problems, Posca was way too less reliable, and all of these have a clear barrel, so I can see when they're running out of ink. And with Posca, I could probably think, oh, they're empty, but no, they could just have a problem and I couldn't see, so I ended up just getting rid of it. So it was less cost effective, and Molotov are actually refillable and you can change the tips, so they are very much expensive than a Posca. They're like maybe €4 each, maybe more. So they are pretty much expensive, but in the long run, I think it's worth it if you can think that you can refill them. Okay, I think I'm done. It's not as bad as I thought it would work out. I obviously did a lot of stuff with the pens, but I always do because they're always fun. But I think it turned out alright. Quickly, yeah. Turned out alright. I still don't love them just because I like to layer a lot, and these turn out a bit muddy at the end because they're more opaque. Like I could layer this blue easily. It wasn't super opaque, but I could layer it, which I would not be able to do with Sennelier, for example. But yeah, they turn out okay. It's not bad. But I still not sure, so I think I'm going to do another one just because. sketch, after I finished the other sketch, I went to Pinterest, and I don't know, I think I have a method where I go to Pinterest, I don't find anything I like, I give up, and then I ended up just drawing whatever comes to mind. It's a system, it doesn't make any sense, but it works. Here I'm using the Prismacolor pencil I got when I got in Porto. It's pretty fun. I rather prefer using in the line art stage rather than on top. I don't know, just to define a few lines that I liked. I would like for them not to stay hidden. So in this sketch, I really wanted to use less colors. I think I went a bit crazy color with the last one, like always, but I wanted to just try and see how I could work with less colors. So I mainly used the purples and the blues, because I do like that blue. It's opaque, but it's a very soft, it's almost pastel. It's not almost, I think it is pastel. So I really wanted to try it, and I love this sketch. I've been making a lot of characters crying. I think it's an influence of my friend Joanna Ollie. She does a lot of crying characters, and I don't know, they've just matched what I want to draw lately. I'm into sad characters now. Don't know what that means. Don't want to psychoanalyze that, and please don't do it. No, please. Again, I'm having a lot of fun with the hair. I think it's one of the things I love to paint is hair. The sketching phase, I don't know if you guys noticed, it's my least favorite. I don't mind sketching, but if I can just move on and paint, I will. It's just way more fun. I feel more freedom when it comes to painting than to sketching. I feel very limited with sketching. Even though there are people that do amazing things with sketch, I'm not one of them. It's just not my thing. I would like to eventually get better at it, but maybe in the future. Right now, I love doing the line art with the watercolors. I think it looks very soft. There was a time where I used to do line art like that. I don't know, it worked, but I much prefer the look of doing the line art with the watercolor, especially with this one being so opaque. It works pretty nicely to do the line art, so that's a good thing there. I also really like using the artisan ones to do line art because they are a bit more gritty. So they allow you to do some cool line art as well. This one was fun as well. I'm pleasantly surprised by these watercolors, which was honestly not the point of this video. But that's a plus, right? Attempt number 2. I don't hate it. I really like the sketch. And the watercolor is not bad. It's still not my favorite. It's not too bad to layer right now, but I still need to be very minimal with what I layer. I think that's the only thing. I still am quite happy with the final results. I think I like the colors. I did more of this, but I really like this sketch. I was really happy with it. I might even try and redo it in another way. These are not as bad as I thought last time, but honestly, I think it was due that when I got them, I had not been using watercolor for a while. So the way that I used them was very much like gouache. I was so used to gouache, I was just layering and layering and layering, and of course it got really muddy. So I think that was the problem, and now that I'm more used to watercolor again, I can use them a bit differently. They're not bad. Still not my favorite, but honestly, I will never use these greens. These will remain untouched forever, I think. If anyone wants these pens, be my guest. I hate these shades of green. I don't know why, I always go for this one. This is my favorite, and even then I mixed it with yellow. All this row is very useless to me, all of these ones. But that's why I don't try and go for made-up sets, pre-made sets as well. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this, and I'm sorry it got dark in the meanwhile. It got very, very dark in the meanwhile. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was a fun experience to give these watercolors another try. I was just feeling bad with them being here and me not using them, so I'm happy to know that I can actually use them in a way. Let me know which drawing is your favorite. They're a bit different. I used very similar colors on this one, and I went a bit more crazy in this one. I even used more pen in any way, but let me know which one you like, and if you ever try these watercolors, do you like them? I know lots of people and some friends of mine that do love these. That's why I was so excited to try them, but then I got so disappointed. I think it's just, yeah, I think it was the mistake that I was using a lot of gouache at the time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!